All right, so we are recording now, and I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone also. I will unmute when you're on so that you can ask questions. You can also type questions in the chat bar, but I'm going to get started, and I want to start, so welcome, first of all. So my name is Kara Lyons. I started the Wicked Roar group page as the name of my team. I was actually the very first consultant in Massachusetts, so hence the Wicked reference. Everything is wicked awesome around here. It's wicked awesome. So that's why our team is called that. We have people all over right now. I have, I think, 28 directs, a couple more in the queue. I think we are up to probably around 500 or so on this team, so it's really exciting, something I never, ever imagined to happen. So when we first heard about LuLaRoe, I think I first heard about it August of 2014, so coming up on 2 years. And I'm going to start with my story because it's important I want you guys to know, that I share your nerves and your excitement and all of that. So I first heard about LuLaRoe. I saw something on Instagram, and I feel awful because I don't even know whose it was. I'm not even big on Instagram. I saw something with hashtag LuLaRoe, and I was like, all right, what's that? And I somehow got into looking into it, and I couldn't stop. So I was looking at all the people that, were styling these clothes, and at the time there were less than 500 consultants. There were only a few hundred. I didn't know anybody that was selling it, so I, searched for it. I wanted to figure out what it was, looked it up online, found myself the website. This is back when there was more information on the website at that time, probably because there weren't as many consultants. So they were sharing a lot on the website. I kind of filled something out and got in touch with home office, and I'm not kidding you, a couple months back and forth with home office, answering questions. Are you guys ready? There were 2 people that handled onboarding at that time, and they probably handled a lot of other functions in the office as well. So I just had my emails back and forth with these ladies. Again, I didn't know any other consultants. Actually, of those 2 women, one I think they were both consultants at the time. They were also friends and family, so they were, worked in the office too. One is still a consultant, one is not, but she's, a member of the family, so she's always at every event. But anyway, they no longer work there because it was, at some point deemed a conflict of interest to be a consultant and work in home office. But that's how small it was at the time. So I was back and forth with these ladies nonstop because I didn't know anyone that was doing it. So I didn't know who was going to be my sponsor. I didn't even really understand the whole, why do I need a sponsor? What is the structure of this? How does this work? So yeah, I asked them so many questions. They were so patient with me, answered everything. And my husband and we kind of hemmed and hawed over it for about a good month and a half, 2 months or so. Because $5,000, something like that. It was a lot of money. And we thought, this is kind of crazy. This is crazy. Who is going to spend all this money on these clothes? And at the time, I was home with my daughter, and I was pregnant with our son. My intention was to be a stay-at-home mom. I went to school for engineering. I did that for 6 years, but I never loved it. I didn't like where I worked. I didn't have a passion for the field. And nothing against working moms by any means. My friends that have great jobs that they love, I totally respect them, but I didn't like my job, so I didn't want to be working full-time with something I didn't like. We actually had trouble conceiving our first child, so I quit my job. It was it was while we were trying. It was before I got pregnant with her, and I was just so fed up with going to work every day, doing something I hated, when we sort of had this long-term plan that I wasn't going to be working. So I felt like I was just going there, waiting it out as a placeholder, and it was just causing me more stress, and it was awful. And we had already kind of begun to adjust our financials to account for me not working. So we just decided let it go. Long story, I ended up staying on part-time for a little while. I was also writing a food blog and doing some freelance recipes, freelance writing for a couple different magazines. So that's what I did in the meantime. Then I had my daughter, and I continued with the freelance writing, and then I had a short stint with another direct sales, and that was really just purely just for fun because I liked the product. but it was never anything, significant income. And then I found Zero when my daughter was she was like a year and a half, maybe a little more, and I was pregnant with our son. So we thought, all right, well, no one else is doing this. If anything else, if nothing else, that would be a reason to do it. To introduce this to the area, see how it goes. Worst case scenario, I figured worst case scenario, we could just, sell the stuff at a discount to make back our money. I mean, and at the time there wasn't any real, there wasn't as much regulation about that. So that was kind of my strategy out if I needed it. So I finally decided to take the plunge, and we, called up and ordered our inventory, and it came soon thereafter. There were no packages. We could kind of just decide what I wanted, but let me tell you, that was stressful because how was I supposed to know what would sell? I mean, I had never even seen the stuff. I actually did buy a couple pieces just to make sure that I would like the general idea of it, but I didn't know anything about the styles or how many sizes, how many things I should have in each size. I had no idea. My initial inventory was like a hodgepodge. So packages are a good thing, you guys. So we got our inventory. I still didn't have a sponsor. I kind of started talking to Amanda Lucero. I think she kind of reached out to me because I started liking her stuff on Instagram, and then she saw that I had signed up, so we were chatting, and Deanne calls me, and she's like, we need to, congratulations, welcome, and we need to set you up with a sponsor, so we're going to assign you under someone. So I ended up, going under Amanda, and I'm so glad I did because I just, feel so fortunate to be on her team, and the rest of our upline have just been such amazing, great mentors and great leadership examples, and we've become great friends, so I love that. And yeah, so I never went to a pop-up. I didn't know what to do, but that was really okay. I started by having a few shopping hours in my house. I really wanted to focus on people that I thought would like the product. So I kind of strategically invited over my girlfriends and put out some snacks, and I was like, come over, check out this new stuff, try it on. And once I saw that they liked it, that gave me the confidence to invite more people and kind of get my Facebook group going. So yeah, I was selling in person before I had a Facebook group, and I didn't care about a Facebook group or how many people were in it because I was like, you know what, I got to see that people like this stuff in person and that it makes them happy first before I go all crazy and start adding people to a group. And then the group kind of came about because okay, well, what if I make a place where people can share their outfits, and oh yeah, I have some friends in other states, and what if they want to buy something? Oh, I could post pictures and sell it to them. So, I mean, I'm sure there must have been some other people selling online at the time, but I thought I was pretty genius because it wasn't a thing yet. So it was kind of the add-on. It was really my add-on to selling in person. So, I mean, needless to say, it has worked out really, really well for us. I was, I made back my money and, ordered extra inventory and was profiting within a few months. So let's see, I think I actually started selling in November 2014. I did a couple shopping hours, a couple friends agreed to host pop-ups. I think I sold 7 items at one, 20 items another. I was thrilled because people were trying on these clothes and feeling good at them. And I had no one to compare myself to, so that was a blessing. And then in December, I don't think I really did anything live because everyone was already busy with holiday plans and stuff. But that's when I actually started doing my first couple online sales. And people local to me saw what was happening online. And they said, oh, I'll host a party in January. I want to host a party. So I think I actually had 6 parties booked in January by people sort of coming to me about it. And by the end of January, Megan Hoey was my first recruit. She had signed up. And I thought that no one was ever going to join my team. I felt who's going to have this money? I was kind of scared because I felt responsible for her. Okay, well, I have to really, help and make sure she succeeds because people are spending this much money. I don't want them to fail. We need to be in this together and all of that. So fast forward, here we are now. I have been to multiple leadership trainings, and I went to convention last year. I'm going again this year. What I thought would be a part-time stay-at-home mom thing has blossomed into a full-time job for us. My husband still works, but he helps me a lot with this business too. I think, you know, keys to success are really treating it like a business, being really grateful for the successes that you have, because that positive attitude just kind of falls into everything else that you do, and really like blesses everything that you do. And, you know, always are like being committed, and think about the people that you are serving, your customers and your fellow consultants, the girls that join your team, and the you know, other ones that are on our team. I think for me, just always like staying true to the brand and valuing the brand and everything that Mark and Deanne want to provide for other people, making sure that I'm doing that in my actions. I think that's why it has been such a great impact on our lives. So I am a coach with LuLaRoe, which means that I have at least 3 trainers in my downline. We can do another whole webinar on the compensation plan another time so that you guys understand what that means. But yeah, so that is my sort of background and where I am now. So I want to go over a few things tonight to help you get started, to give you some confidence, and to give you a challenge. I don't want to get into a lot of like nitty gritty, like, you know, how do you organize your photos, or like what, where do you buy this? Like, how, like those are things, which leads into my first topic, which you can ask about in the Facebook group, because there are a lot of great answers. Like my answer is not necessarily better than anyone else's answers. There's things that there's kind of like different ways to do. So think about that too. Like, when you're working with your sponsor, yeah, your sponsor is definitely like your first point person, and hopefully has great advice for you. But you're part of my team Facebook page and other ones. Either, you know, some of my downlines have their own Facebook groups for their teams, and then our uplines have their groups. So there's a lot of great resources where you can ask questions and get, you know, different opinions on different ways to do things. Everyone's kind of got their own style. People will have different like things that work for them. So definitely utilize those groups. Those groups also have search functions. So Facebook has search functions on groups, so you can search for things. I think it's a good idea. I mean, well, I never want you to feel like you're bothering your sponsor. Trust me, like sponsors are paid good money by LuLaRoe, you know, based on your wholesale purchases. And that money is to help you succeed. But, you know, at the same time, you have all these other resources too. So you're never bothering them, but think about things where you might want other answers too. You know, your sponsor is also going to be great for things like policies and procedures and etiquette and ethics. And we talk about that so much in the group. So hopefully you're getting a hint of that. We have a files section in the Wicked Roar page, and I have the policies and procedures and the etiquette and ethics documents loaded in there. So I highly suggest you get on and take a look at those. And come back to your sponsor or me with any questions. I also have a list of webinars that we've done. I think I might need to update it a little bit. There's also like a photo album with some trainings. So please get in there and browse around. The one that I really, really want you to find and take a look at is a training that we did on something called the dreaded drama triangle and the empowerment dynamic. Not going to get into the details here. You're going to hear us talk a lot about victims and creators. This is a mindset, you know, that we want you to be a creator, not a victim. Again, if you just onboarded in the past week and you're like, what is she talking about? It's totally okay. This is why I want you to get on and like look for these resources, find that training. It's really, really good. And I hope that you will, you know, check it out and think about it and apply these principles with your new business venture. And this is the decisions that you make and the actions that you take. So let's talk about where I think you should focus your thoughts and activities. And I'm taking this section from one of my downlines. Kimmy Bingham posted something great. It was such great timing. She posted in her group today, and I copied and pasted it into my group because it was such a great message and perfect for the theme of this webinar tonight. I really, really, really can't stress enough to focus on the positive, okay? I know it's different now because a lot of you may have heard of LuLaRoe by being involved and added to a lot of online groups, being in these BST, buy, sell, trade, swap page, addicts, these pages like kind of run by addicts. We want you to get out of those. I know it sounds crazy. Why is she asking me to do this? There's so many reasons. They can be a time suck. You can, you know, get in there and there seems to be a lot of drama, people complaining about things. So I mean, I've seen screenshots of people like bashing LuLaRoe and bashing consultants and stuff like that. And I don't have time for that negative energy in my life and my business. I don't want any part of it. So I stay out of those groups. I stay out of those groups because I don't need to know what the addicts think is hot right now. I know that all of my inventory is great. It's all unique. I'm proud of it. I'm proud to bring it to people. And that's how you should feel about your inventory. It's this amazing opportunity that LuLaRoe has given us to all have a different inventory. You don't want to be selling the same thing as everybody else. We all have great stuff. It's all different. It's all great. And if you act that way, if you act that way to your customers, they will believe it. I'm not saying you have to like brainwash them, but you want to show them that you're proud and excited about your inventory. If I know there's mixed feelings on this, like whether you allow your customers to post their insert shoves on your page. I don't really like it because I want people to like come in and want to look at what I have and look at everything rather than look at like only be looking for one thing that I don't have. And then it might look to people like, well, why doesn't she have that if they don't really understand how it works? So I try to avoid that. I mean, I'll delete the posts, that sort of thing. I want you to stop worrying about what other people are doing, whether if you're worried about flippers or like bad customers, or if you're worried about problem consultants, like just stop worrying. There's always going to be these bad apples. And unfortunately, there's not always much we can do about it. But if you choose to focus your efforts on the good, to appreciate the good customers, to be so grateful that you're bringing these beautiful clothes to people and they are happy, that you have a team to support you. I think just adopting that attitude will really guide your business and change the way that it goes for you. So yeah, just get out of that negative atmosphere. The BSTs, the eBay, all of that can make you really paranoid about what other people are doing. And it's just, it serves no benefit to your business to worry about what other people are doing. Yes, we have a compliance department. Yes, you can report people that are, if you know of consultants that are like always breaking rules or whatever. Yes, they can be reported. There are things that can be done, but I will add that the home office has asked us to approach these consultants first. Sometimes they don't know. They might not have a team that has included them and engaged them and trained them. So sometimes people really don't know, and that's okay. We can help them out. And then sometimes home office needs to step in. So to know that that's there, please do not dwell on it. We talk about following these policies and procedures and etiquette and ethics. Again, I don't want to get into them too much. I want you guys, I really am challenging you to go read those documents and talk to your sponsor, talk to your teams about them, ask questions. One thing I do want to talk about is pricing, because I did do a Facebook Live today in the group. So if you didn't catch that, I would please, please, please go on and take a look at that. It's really, really important. If there's one thing I could stress about following policies and procedures and being fair to other consultants, it would be pricing. I will also say that it serves you to sell at our MAP, which is our minimum advertised online pricing, which is the higher end of our price range. Why? Deanne and Mark, when they designed this business, and every decision that they make is designed to serve everybody. Deanne wants this to be a business where you can make money, where if you commit, commit to working hard, you should be doing really well after 90 days. That's sort of the time frame that you have to give it to work well. And you should be profiting. You should be making money. And then you're going to be happy and able to, keep working your business. If you are selling your items for less than you should, you're not going to make as much money. You're not going to be able to invest in more inventory. So please keep that in mind, that you are doing yourself a disservice if you don't sell at our MAP pricing. You could be doing so much better. Okay. So just remember that, the clothes sell themselves. This is we want people to value the brand. We don't want them to be looking for a sale. So again, go check out that video I did a Facebook Live in Wicked Roar today about pricing. And that's really all I wanted to say about PMP. There's a lot of other stuff I could get into, but I want to tell you why we talk about this stuff all the time, why our team in particular is so passionate about this. And it is because of the LuLaRoe culture. it brings us together. It's something we all have in common. We're all together doing this because we, love these clothes and we want to help others. It's not just about the clothes. It's about empowering each other. I did a training about a month ago at my house for some of the local girls, and one of the activities I had them do was to come up with a job description for a LuLaRoe fashion consultant without saying anything about selling clothes. So describe what we do without saying sell clothes. So we got a lot of great sentences and paragraphs about empowering women, empowering families, bettering lives, providing for families and for people in need, being able to give back, making women feel beautiful. So think about all of this that Mark and Deanne wanted when they created LuLaRoe, and think about when people are not following policies and procedures, it makes those ideals very less possible to achieve, right? If we're all doing the right thing and supporting each other, and working our business the way that we should, being fair to each other, loving each other, engaging each other, respecting each other, we're going to promote those ideals, and it's going to be better for everybody. And if we don't, then people fall off the wagon. If a lot of people fall off the wagon because a lot of people are, selling below map or whatever, it's not going to be good. But if we all are, doing this together, I think we are so lucky to be part of this amazing brand. I mean, I think about it every day. How lucky are we that we found this? And it's still really small, guys. So don't think she found it when it was really small. I could never, do that, whatever, reach those levels. Still at around 20,000 consultants is really small, as you guys know, all having different inventory, amazing opportunity. So I think about that opportunity that I've been given, and I don't want to screw it up. I don't want to screw it up for myself. I don't want to screw it up for you guys. I don't want to screw it up for Mark and Deanne. There's a responsibility that comes with spending this money to invest in your business. It's not just something to, try and see how it works or whatever. I'm sure that most of you guys put in the money expecting, to do work here. So let me see here. I really want you, I talked about, we came up with our little job descriptions. You can also think about the LuLaRoe mission statement. This all points back to your why. I really want you to think about your why you decided to do this, and decide what you're committed to, because that is going to guide your business. When you get frustrated, when things just kind of get out of whack, you have to take that step back and focus on your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it for yourself? Why are you doing it for other people? And that's going to get you back on track, get you focused again, and just help you keep going. And your why can change over time. Like I said in the beginning, my why was, all right, well, maybe I can sell these skirts and leggings and, make a little extra money for our family. When it started going well, I thought, okay, well, maybe I can make a couple extra $1,000s a month, and I could contribute to our kids' college funds, and we could take a vacation every year. And now it is so much bigger, you guys. It's, could my husband retire early? I mean, could he quit his job? And, he may quit his job next year. And, what are we going to do? We're going to travel. He's got some really big ideas for volunteer opportunities he would like to do that we would not be able to do if he was working full time. So that's a big one for us. Just, being able to provide these things, not just for our family, but to other people. Knowing that if I have a friend in need or something, I can help her out. There's just so much that we wouldn't be able to do without LuLaRoe. Never, ever, ever thought that this would happen, to us. We're just regular people, like all of you, like everyone else who started, selling LuLaRoe. So, just remember that, and to think about your why, and let it change over time, and let that guide you. So I know I tend to talk really fast. I'm sorry, you guys. I hope that you've been, getting something out of this so far. And like I said, I didn't want to get too much into little details about how to do things or whatever, because there's a lot of answers to be found in the groups, in our Facebook group. I want you to feel comfortable posting in the group, everyone is welcome. I know, like, even if you have a sponsor that is not so active in the group, that doesn't matter. We love you. We welcome you. We want you to be active in the group and ask questions. I care about all of your success. I want you to succeed. I don't want anyone to lose out on their $5,000 that they invested. That's not cool. So I'm here to help you. My goal is to provide trainings that can help people and provide challenges and all of that. And then you have, your sponsor, and you have our other upline. So if you're in the Facebook, the LuLaRoe Pride group, that's Amanda. She's my sponsor. The Lioness group is Jillian. That's Amanda's sponsor. Again, I feel so grateful to be on this team because these ladies just have really, shown me how to be successful. When I joined the team early on, I thought, okay, well, they seem to be doing really well. I want to do well, so I'm going to take their cues. I don't need to reinvent the wheel here. They're obviously doing something right. So just know that there are a lot of great examples to follow. But, you also obviously are going to put your own spin on your business, and that's another opportunity we have. People are going to buy from you because they like you and they understand why you are doing this. They're going to buy from you because they like you and, they want to work with you. They want to support you. That's a big thing about, like, I have my husband involved in my team, my shopping group, because I think people like the idea that we're doing that. They think it's really, it started out like he would post pictures when he was going to the post office. Hey, here's like this big IKEA bag full of stuff going to the post office. And now he's a lot more active in the group, because people loved it. We got a good response from it. I think they're like happy to see that it's a family business. They think it's like cute that he helps me or whatever. But, it's a good thing. So that's what they are relating to. Get in your group, do Facebook Lives, let them get to know you. Don't just be, the face behind posting these clothes. Like, you're not just going to go on your group and post clothes and like everything's just going to happen for you. There's a lot of you that needs to be infused in this business. Think about it. That's why we don't have a catalog where people can go on and just order. It's work, but it's an amazing opportunity that we have. So anyway, we're going to move into about a challenge that I have for you guys on the 72-hour game plan. So you have probably heard some talk about this, and we're going to talk about booking pop-ups. And there's going to be a challenge, and it's a good one. Go big or go home, so pay attention. First, I want to talk about why pop-ups. Why don't we just get online and post in our groups and only do online sales? Because your customers need to get to know you, because the people that, a lot of the customers that you're going to find online, the people that you don't know personally, like beforehand, they're probably already shopping with other people too. LuLaRoe, the United States is not like saturated with LuLaRoe consultants yet, but the online, Facebook cult market, maybe getting a little bit saturated. So think about booking pop-ups and using your networks and getting out there, putting yourself out there and introducing new people to LuLaRoe. Why should we keep it a secret from people? Go out there and find new people. They're going to love it, just like everybody else. Another reason, people ask, should I just keep my inventory up online all the time? That's not in the nature of a pop-up boutique. That's giving people something they can get anytime they want. Why do we, talk about booking pop-ups? Whether it's, an online sale, flash sale for a period of time, or a live in-home pop-up, this creates a sense of urgency, okay? I say have a little modesty about your goods, all right? Like we tell teenage girls, don't go showing it off to everyone all the time. That's how you kind of have to be with your LuLaRoe. Like, get people excited, build some anticipation, and then like, ta-da, here's the sale. They're, rather than having it just up as something that they can access all of the time. I think that is a big key to our success. One of the little bits and pieces from Kim Roylance, she is the top earner in our company. And she, part of her story is when she first kind of met Deanne. She was at like a trade show or something, and Deanne was there with a booth for her skirts, and she went over to her and saw the skirts and everything, and she's like, well, I want to book a party. And Deanne said, great, I am in town this week only, and like the last slot I have is like Thursday at like 2:00 or something like that. And, Kim thought, well, like, who's going to come to my party at Thursday at 2:00? But I want to have this party and I'm going to get people there. This is like my only chance. So think about that. Think about this pop-up nature, this giving people this sense of urgency, pop-up nature. There's going to be new things all the time. It's going to be different, day to day. It forces you to interact with people, which is so much more fun than like sitting online. It really is. Yes, I know it's work. I know that it is work to take your, 300 to 400 new items. Guys, a lot of us have like over 1,000 now, so just keep that in mind. I know that it's work, but so is selling online. So is invoicing and pulling and packaging and shipping. I don't sugarcoat this. I don't say it's easy. It's work. That's why we're paid well, though. That's why there's good profit margins on our clothes. So I think if you can just kind of accept that, it's good. So anyway, about this 72-hour game plan business, let me just make sure I have it up. I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me make sure it opened first. Hold on a second. Nope, that's not it. One second. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. Come on. So I'm going to say that when you're working your 72-hour game plan, you want to start off by, thinking about treating your business like a business. Okay, so I'm having trouble getting that thing open and screen sharing, so I'll post it in the group later. But I know, technology. All right, so you have to commit to treating your business like a business. Can everyone nod in agreement about that? This is, whether it's part-time or full-time, it is a business, okay? So we want to commit to that. We want to act professional about it, and we want to give it the time and attention it deserves. We talked about why putting yourself out there is important. I talked about why selling in person matters. So when you're going to go about your 72-hour game plan, you want to start by writing down a list of 50 names, okay? 50. Everybody knows 50 people. Friends, family members, your husbands or partners, friends of friends, okay, like your hairstylist, other people that you see, those of you that go to church or synagogue, those people, you have a lot of circles. You got to tap into them, school moms, whatever. So write down 50 people. Remember, we're putting ourselves out there. And then in the next 72 hours, you have to go and contact them. Okay, personal contacts really matter in this business. So I don't want to see people complaining that they can't book pop-ups if all you're doing is posting on your Facebook page, hey, does anyone want to host a pop-up? You get to earn free clothes. A lot of people aren't going to take that bait because they don't know. But another element of this is also inviting people into your home and planning your launch party, getting people to see what the clothes are like in person. I think that people don't really understand why we want them to host a party and what it's like to host a party in person. So I think having a launch party and those continuous in-home shopping hours can be really important. A lot of times once after people have come to my house to shop, they say, oh, I want to host a pop-up. So just keep that in mind. So you've got your list of 50 people. You're going to go ahead and contact them, and you're going to get your results. Will you get, you could get 49 no's and 1 yes. I don't know. But at least you got yourself out there, and, you planted the seed for people. They might come back around. You might get 10 yeses. You might get 25 yeses. I don't know. You also want to have your schedule. You want to give them those dates. So you want to plan your schedule and say, look at your calendar for the next 2 months and figure out when you're available. What is good for you and your family, what works for you if you want to do daytime pop-ups, if you want to do evening pop-ups. I am talking about, I would encourage you to try to get in-person pop-ups. Obviously, if you are cool with people doing hosted online parties and someone wants to do that, that counts too. That will count as booking a pop-up. So what I want you to do is get a pen and paper and get that list of 50 people written, and I'm going to post a thread in the Wicked Roar group. It will be obvious. It will be newbie 72-hour game plan challenge or something like that. So you're going to have your list of 50 written out names, and I want you to take a picture of it and post it in a thread. Okay, so that's part one of your entry. And then, so I'm going to give you 72. So I want you to come up with that list by, say, like tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll give you 72 hours. So then we're talking like Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. I want you to post your results. So I want to see next to every name, like yes, no, or tried 3 times and didn't get an answer. So I want to see that you actually set the time and went ahead and contacted those people. So who's up for this challenge without even knowing what the prize is yet? Because it's going to be a good one. Go big or go home, right? I will pick a winner from this, and I will buy you a pair of Coach sunglasses or Cheek shoes. You get to pick. Okay. Now who's doing the challenge? Right? A lot more people. And I do that because I want to do that for you. So I want to see you go out and work your business. I know that it's going to come back to bless you. I know that me offering this incentive to you guys, that I feel so fortunate that LuLaRoe does this for me, and I can, sponsor this kind of thing for you guys. It's just participant. I know that some people are going to get more yeses, some people are going to get more nos. I just want everyone to get out there and do it. And whoever enters by posting your list before and after, so your list of names, and then your list with everybody yes, no, or maybe, or whatever. And yes means they're committed to a date, by the way. So get them to commit to a date because you've given them your schedule. I'll pick a winner randomly from that group. So I hope we can get a lot of entries because I know that probably a lot of you want Coach sunglasses or Cheek shoes. Those are like 2 of my favorite things. So I thought I would share with you guys. I encourage everybody to play. Okay. So, if like 100 people enter, I'll do 2 prizes. I don't care. Because I know that you're going to all be out there and be having a lot of pop-ups, and that is just going to come back to you and bless your business and your family. So that is my challenge to you and what I have for you tonight. How does it work with teams? Do we each make lists? So like if you and your you can work that. I can say, like, I guess that is how you have decided to work your business. If you've decided to work your business like completely together, then you would be doing this together, like I guess one list, because you're going to go to all your pop-ups together. If for some reason you've decided you're booking, I love it. I love that Laura's already started. She's got her pen and paper out. If you for some reason are doing separate pop-ups, then I guess you would do it separately. But at least one list. So I'm going to unmute. Before I do that, while you can all still hear me, so I'm going to unmute. If you have a lot of background noise, feel free to mute yourself. But I want to unmute so that people can ask questions. So here we go. People are unmuted now, so I invite you to
buy a new one of these books.
ask me anything.
Like kind of updated stuff, because mine doesn't even have Gracie in it.
What's that?
Maybe they'll just send them
This
to
is
us.
Hello.
I think they do that because they're like.
Nicole Pratt, are you asking a question or are you going through your inventory?
I just can't wait to get away, but now it's kind of like oh man, it's like freaking me out.
Hey.
Cool.
Are you the only
Yes.
feeling
I bought my ticket before Amanda did. She's like, should I buy a ticket? And I'm like, I bought my ticket.
No.
All right.
Someone take my flipping.
Nicole,
Mute again. I know. I always have to say. I'm muting again. If you have a question, unmute yourself. I always think it's going to work. It doesn't. So please, if you have a question, unmute yourself or use the chat. I see. Thank you, Nancy. I'm glad you're here.
My name's Amber, and I'm actually getting ready to launch for the first time this Friday. I didn't know if you had any suggestions on anything I need to prepare for, or.
Are you launching online and in person, or what are you doing?
I'm launching online this Friday, and then I have my first pop-up the following weekend.
Okay. I would, just get people excited. Maybe if you haven't already, post some sneak peeks of patterns and stuff like that. Offer, I think also, so we talk about selling below map and all that, but you could think about some specials that you want to offer, say the first 10 people that book a pop-up with you. I've heard of people doing kind of like little secret envelopes. So if you book a pop-up, you get to pull an envelope, and you could come up with a creative way to do this online too. Like you could post a photo of the envelopes, number them, and tell them they get to pick one.
Yeah.
Anyway, those could have incentives in them, like extra free item at your party, extra half off item. Like, I think Kimmy did like an ongoing hostess kind of reward for like 6 months. Like, so you could do that to kind of create that sense of urgency about booking pop-ups.
All right, I like that idea. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else, feel free to unmute. Anyone else got questions? No, not tonight. I know it's late. Laura, unmute yourself. Okay, hold on. I think I need to unmute her for her.
There, I found it. Yeah, just as I found the button. So Chris wants to know when Ben is going to do a LulaBro webinar.
I'll get him on here soon. We're on vacation next week, and it's convention, but we'll figure something out. He loves to do this. He is a much better speaker than I am, actually. I don't consider myself. If anything, something else I like to talk about with the LulaBro opportunity, and that I like to share with people, is that I feel like this business has given me so much more professional and personal development opportunities than I had in my corporate job. I didn't really get to work with people. I didn't feel like anyone really cared what I had to say. And I still don't know if you do, but to have these opportunities to be able to train people and feel valued for what I do, by my team and by my upline and by my peers, I think that is something a lot of people, thank you, Diana, don't get in their corporate jobs, and is something that we are, really lucky to have here. So I think that, if I had stayed in my corporate job, I never had any desire to like climb the ladder or work with, train people or anything like that. So it's something that I'm really grateful for. But anyway, he has always been the one that could talk people's ear off like forever. So he's like,
no, there's a
do you see?
recorded
He hears his name, and he like.
one. There's a recorded one that we did.
Yeah, we have some recorded.
We have a recorded
we gotta
one.
do something new. We'll
Yeah, no, that was a few months ago. But
Yeah, that was so 2 months ago.
yeah, it might be a couple weeks because we're away all the next week, and then we're back for a couple days, and then we go to convention.
I'll get him to do, I'll get him to do some like Facebook living in the Wicked Roar group while we're on vacation.
Yeah.
I could get him to do that. So
Or how about?
I like it.
Yeah, we can do a lot of Facebook Live from convention.
Yeah, and in fact, so at convention, is anyone going to convention?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, so at convention, there's an event where all of the LulaBro or the LulaBros are all going to have lunch with Mark. So maybe I can do some Facebook Live and some tidbits from that.
Yeah, maybe some
that would be awesome.
with other guys. That would be a good one.
Yeah, so I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so yay, I love, so Lauren says she'll bring her LulaBro next year. It's so great.
We're planning on coming
want
next
to get
year.
involved. And it's not something I imagined would be part of this business, but it's just been great. So anything else, you guys? I apologize for getting it started so late, but we have some other stuff going on. So I will go ahead and stop the recording now.